Hello, Ms. Admi, and hello, all of my friends. Thank you for taking the time to attend this meeting today. And I will present about the audio lingual method. Then there will be a simulation of the techniques in this method. Before that, allow me to introduce the member of my group. So the first is Komang, Nenzy, Carollina, and then I am Gede, Ardika, Putra, and the last one is Gede, Bagus, Agung, Raihan, Hartawan. So what you're waiting for? Let's start with the material. Okay, we move to the next slide. Yeah, in this slide, I want to explain about the presentation point that I explained after this. So the first is about definition. Yeah, I want to explain about the definition. What is the audiolingual method, and yeah, what is the definition? It is the first section in this presentation. So in next is the characteristic. Yeah, I want to explain about the characteristic in this method, and then we continue to teaching technique. And I want to explain how many technique in this method, and yeah, it's I want to explain after this. And the last one is advantages and disadvantages of audio lingual method. So let's move to the first section. It is the definition. So this is the definition of audiolingual method. But before that, I want to ask you, do you know what is audiolingual method? And do you know what is the definition or kind of the audiolingual method? Oh, it's okay. I want to explain it and you know what the definition. Yeah, in this part, I want to explain about the definition of audiolingual method. So, do you know what is audiolingual method? Or what is the definition? Do you know about that? It's okay. I want to explain about that. Audiolingual method is one of the foreign language teaching method introduced in the United States in 1980s, 1950s. And this method is based on the learning theory of behaviors because it relates to the stimulus given to students in the form of behavior and motivation. An audiolingual method is a teaching method carried out by teacher and emphasize teaching listening and speaking before the students do reading or writing. So in the foreign language learning, this method can be used by teacher by means of dialogue and speaking exercise. And then students are asked to repeat and remember the dialogue and the exercise. And yeah, and the teacher correct the pronunciation or their memories. Okay, that's all about the definition. We move to the characteristic. Okay, we are in the characteristic of audiolingual method. Yeah, as you see on the screen, there are the characteristic of this method. The first is this method emphasizes on speaking practice. Yes, of course, because students listen and speaking in front of the class to do practice of a dialogue and the students speaking about that. And the second is new vocabulary is acquired through dialogue and speaking practice. Yeah, of course. When students practice the dialogue, they can learn about new vocabulary in the sentence of the dialogue. And the third is the exercise carried out are applied extensively. Yes, the exercise when students say the dialogue or implement the dialogue, they carry out applied extensively. And the fourth is grammar is learned inductively. So yes, grammar is learned inductively when students see the sentence in the dialogue. The student can learn grammar there. And the next characteristic is the teacher certainly has an important role in the classroom. Yes, this is the important because the teacher can control the all of the class, and teacher give instruction to the dialogue or say about the dialogue. yeah, the teacher is control the classroom and students. And the last one is students' attention is given more to the context of using language in everyday life. Sorry. Yes, students can learn the speaking practice in the classroom, and student can implement in the implement of using language in everyday life. Okay, that's all about the characteristic. We move to the next slide. Okay, everyone, there are the teaching techniques in ELM or audio lingual method. So there are 11 techniques as you see on the screen. Okay, the first technique is about the memorization dialogue. Yes, this technique is done by the dialogue or short conversation between two or more people, which is used as learning. And teacher and student have their respective roles. And the teacher acts as a guide, provide instruction when practicing the dialogue, and students are asked or do some practice. And after that, student act the dialogue and would remember about the dialogue, and then the teacher corrects the appearance of the students. And the second technique is about backward build-up or expansion drill. This technique is used when there is a long sentences, and then it's spread by the teacher and repeats in the order by students. And the next technique is repetition drill. This technique is a technique used to practice pronunciation accurately as expensive by the teacher. And the fourth is chain drills. In this technique, student can practice do question and answer alternatively, and this technique can motivate students to speaking. And the fifth technique is single slot substitution. In this technique, the teacher gives a sentence of instructions to the students to replace a word or phrase in the correct place. And the sixth is multiple slots substitution drill. This technique is almost the same as the exercise to replace uh, a word or a sentences in the section. The teacher gives instruction on different slots for student to complete. And the seventh technique is transformation drill. This technique, teacher can direct students to replace positive sentences into negative sentences and interrogative sentences, or the teacher give the question about the active sentence or passive sentence. Okay, in the eighth technique is about question and answer drill. In this technique, the teacher generally asks students to answer question and ask a question they have, and the students can answer, or the student can ask the question, and other students can be answer their question. So next technique is about use of minimal pairs. Yes, this technique is suitable to be used to train students sensitively to different sounds in word pairs, so that student pronunciation become better. So in 10th technique is complete the dialogue. Yes, after student learn the dialogue, the teacher provides a dialogue, and there some words that are omitted. Then student answer the words that are not there. Yeah, and the last one is about grammar game. Yes, this technique is the last technique in this method. The game is like a supermarket alphabet, which aims to give a student understanding of the use of certain grammar. Okay, that's all about the techniques in audio lingual method. So next, I want to explain about the advantages of audio lingual method. So as you see on the screen, there are the advantages of audio lingual method. The first is this method is quite easy to implement. And the second is all students can participate to speak, have a conversation, and learn a correct pronunciation together. And the third is student can improve their listening and speaking skill. As I say before, the student can speaking in front of their friends to do about the dialogue or the conversation. And the fourth is This method focuses on the target language. Target language is mean the foreign language that the student learn. And the fifth is students' grammar is getting better. Yes, this is maybe can better because the students learn the grammar when they say the sentences or they give attention to the sentences. And the last one is about teacher have an important role in learning activities. As I said before, yes, this is the important because the teacher controls all students' behavior in the learning process to achieve the learning objectives. Okay, next, we move to the disadvantages of this method. There are three disadvantages of audiolingual method. The first is some students can feel bored with conversational activities and repetition because there are so give the feels bored to students because they're maybe they're like bored to hear the dialogue or conversation. And the second is the low mentality of students in applying what they learn. It's mean the students maybe cannot applying uh, their dialogues when they in sorry in the out of school. Yes. And the last one is about some students cannot implement in daily life. Yes, as I say before, this is the disadvantages of this method. Okay, that's all about my presentation today. Thank you for listening from the beginning into the end of this presentation. And next, my friend will simulate two techniques from this method, namely memorization, dialogue, and repetition practice. So let's watch together.
Hello everyone. Today I'm Komang Carollina as a teacher simulation in this method, and I'm not just only one, but I'm with my friends. Agung, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Bagus Hartawan as a teacher simulation.
Okay, the material that we choose to the simulation is introduce and greeting. We already know about introduce and greeting is the important part as a students is English students to know about because this is the first part that we should know about. Next. So here we can see about the greeting, the greeting and the response. The first is good morning or good afternoon or good evening, and the response we can say as well as the greeting. And the next is hello or hi, how do you do, and the response as well as the greeting we can say as well as the greeting. And the next, how are you? We can say I'm fine or I'm not fine or not bad or I'm very well and the others. The next is nice to meet you and you can respond nice to meet you too. The last but not least, the greeting we can say I'm glad or I'm happy or pleased to meet you and the response can be I'm glad, I'm happy or pleased to meet you too. And next about introduction will describe by Agung.
Okay, thank you for the time, Lina. So I will continue. Next material is about introducing yourself. The first, my name is. You can use your name in here. For example, my name is Agung. The second, I am Agung. The third is let me introduce myself. I am Agung. The fourth is I would like to introduce myself. I'm Agung. The fifth is nice to meet you. I'm Agung. The sixth is pleased to meet you. I'm Agung. Okay, so that's all for me. And now I will return my time to Lina.
Okay, thank you for the time. Now we will move to the simulation and I choose the dialogue simulation to do this the material text. In this material, first we have three until 5 minutes to read it and memorize the dialogue. And after that, we will trying to do the simulation without reading it. And I will choose one of the student to be the volunteer to help me to memorize or to practice the dialogue without reading it. And I will choose Angel as the volunteer. Angel, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you for the response. So Angel, I will give you 3 to 5 times to memorize it. And after that, we will try to trying the dialogue.
Okay, Miss.
Angel, I forget to say about it. When you're ready to do the tasks with me, you can say after you ready to do the tasks. Thank you.
Okay, Miss, I'm ready.
Okay, Angel. Please move to the template to the blank template. Angel, are you ready now?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, you can go first.
Okay. It's nice to meet you. My name is Angel.
I'm Nenzy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
What is your name again?
Nenzy. Nenzy.
Oh, so Nancy, what do you do for a living?
I'm the owner of an online shop. How about you?
I'm a junior high school.
That's great. Okay, Jack, I must be on my way. Talk to you later.
Yeah, take care. So long.
Okay, there are the simulation about the tasks that I want to tell about. And after we do the simulation, it is a great to hear that. Thank you so much for the helping Angel. And now I will choose the second volunteer to do the dialogue simulation. Can we move to the next template? So we need two volunteers and I will choose Lila and Henny. Lila and Henny, do you want to be the volunteer in the simulation?
Sure, Miss.
How about Henny?
Yes, Miss. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, of course. Thank you for the response. So like the previous time, when you are ready to do the simulation, please greatly to tell me. I'll give you 3 to 5 times to memorize the dialogue.
All right, Miss.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Miss. I think I'm ready.
Okay, how about Henny? Are you ready?
Yes, Miss. I'm ready too.
Okay, let we do the practice. So can we move to the blank template? Okay, guys, this is your time.
Is it taken? No, help yourself. Haven't seen you before. You mean foreign language? Yeah, I just switched major from computer science. Too much math. Well, don't expect it to be any better here. What is your name anyway? Mark. What's yours? Edward, but everybody calls me Chip. Chip? Well, I'm not going to tell you my nickname is. Oh, here comes Professor. What's his name anyway? Scary or something like that? Chip, yeah? James Scary, but we can call him Big Jim. James Scary. So his nose? No, are you kidding?
Okay, thank you so much for the volunteer. This is great and awesome to hear you. And after this, this is the last simulation from me. And the next practice we'll do by Agung. Agung, this is your time to show.
Thank you for the time. So I will continue. Next material is about conversation. And now I have a dialogue here, and I will read the dialogue, and then you just only repeat after me. Okay, so let's start it. Smith, hi Steve, how are you today?
Hi, Steve. How are you today?
Steve, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. How about you?
Smith, I'm fine too. What are you doing?
I'm fine too.
I'm fine too. What are you doing?
Steve, I'm counting my stamp collection. Collecting stamps is my hobby. What is your hobby?
I'm counting my stamps collection. Collecting stamps is my hobby. What is your hobby?
Smith, my hobby is camping.
My hobby is camping.
Now I will choose randomly from all of you to repeat what will I read. Hello Jenny, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you just only repeat the dialogue after me. Hi Steve, how are you today? I'm fine. How about you?
Hi, Steve. How are you today? I'm fine. How about you?
Okay, that's great, Jenny. The last one is I choose Hila. Hila, are you there? Hila,
Yes,
Hila,
sir.
are you there?
Yes, sir.
Uh, When will you come again? Maybe next holiday.
When will you come again? Maybe next holiday.
Okay, that's great, Lira. Okay, so that's all from me. I hope you can understand what we learned today. And now I will return my time to Lina. Lina, time is yours.
Okay, Agung, thank you for the time. And now we move to the next part, is the closing. These are the study that we did today. I hope you guys can know something new about the knowledge. Thank you so much for the participant today, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye.
You guys.
Bye, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you.